Hello students, how are you? I hope all of you are fine. In this lockdown period, only the online medium by which we can interact here. So all of you take care, be safe and stay at home. Today our class on genetics for class 10. In previous class on genetics, two classes on genetics, I discussed about monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. I think you have seen and you have understood that video. So today I will discuss about some genetic diseases. There are Mendelian inheritance about monohybrid cross and dihybrid cross. So our topic is some common genetic diseases. What are the diseases are there? Hemophilia, color blindness and thalassemia. Three diseases are there that I will explain now. Hemophilia, color blindness and thalassemia. So I am starting from hemophilia. Hemophilia disease occurs when any person suffer by hemophilia disease. So what will occur? So we in our body, within the blood, platelets are present, and with the help of platelet and calcium ion, clotting of blood will occur. But if any person suffer by hemophilia, so in his body or in her body, blood will not clot. If by mistake anywhere cut, so blood will come out, and that's why blood will not clot here. This kind of disease actually known as hemophilia. Now, hemophilia also known as X-linked inheritance. Why X-linked inheritance? Just I told you, in female 44 autosome plus XX means 2 X chromosomes are there. Similarly, in male 44 autosome plus 2 X chromosome XY, these are present. Now, X-linked inheritance means by the disease of hemophilia, X chromosome will be affected. So don't think about autosome, only think about sex chromosome. Under sex chromosome in female body 2X are there, and in male body 1X 1Y. Now by hemophilia means X-linked inheritance, X chromosome will be affected. So think about female. Here 2X chromosomes are there, and male 1X 1Y chromosome is there. So in female I am representing hemophilia by capital H if in female 1X is affected, other one is normal. So this kind of genotype, it is known as carrier of hemophilia. Don't think about that the person is hemophilic. The female or the female is not actually hemophilic, it is carrier, because only one X chromosome is affected. But in male, see, only one X chromosome and one Y chromosome is present. So just only one X chromosome if affected. So ultimately the male, in male only one X chromosome is present. So if one X chromosome affected by hemophilia, so there will be hemophilic. So that person means the male is hemophilic. Why? Just only one X chromosome is present, and that is also affected. That's why it is hemophilic, but it is not hemophilic because it is carrier. So today I will show you some experiment or some cross regarding hemophilia. Just like if the person means if the female is normal and the female cross with the person means the male which is hemophilic. So what will occur? That is the male is hemophilic and the female that is normal. So what will occur if I draw the checkerboard here? So these are male gamete. Here I am representing here male gamete, and these are female gamete. So what will occur here? So these are male gamete and these are female gamete. You can write here male gamete and these are female gamete. This portion female gamete. Now see in checkerboard it will be XHX, it will be XY, it will be XHX and it will be XY. So look at the checkerboard carefully. Here see the structure where you see that here among four offspring, here two daughters, they both are carrier, but not actually hemophilic, and two sons, they are normal. So if father is hemophilic, so they are daughter, and if father is hemophilic and mother is normal, so their daughter will be carrier, not hemophilic, and their son will be normal. So it is known as crisscross. See, from father it will come towards the daughter. Now see, if the mother is hemophilic, similarly son will be affected. How? See here. Again, if I draw the checkerboard, next topic, that is see, if mother is carrier of hemophilia and the father that is normal. So now what will happen? See the checkerboard. If I draw male gamete here and here female gamete, so these are male gamete and these are female gamete. So see the structure, what will occur here? So here X, H, X, and therefore X, H, Y. Next will be X, X, and therefore X, Y. So if father is normal and the mother is affected and the mother is carrier of hemophilia, then what will occur? See the daughter that is carrier and see the son that is hemophilic. So it is carrier because two X chromosomes are there, but only one X chromosome affected, other one is normal. So it is not hemophilic, it is carrier of hemophilia, but it is hemophilic, the son is hemophilic. So similarly, look at the next daughter here, it is normal, also son is normal. So if mother is the carrier of hemophilia and the father is normal, so what will occur in their offsprings? In their offsprings, generally among two daughters, one daughter will be carrier and the other daughter will be normal, and among two sons, one son will be affected by hemophilia disease, other one will be normal. So that is the cross. You can also try by doing that. You can take any other genotypes, just like if you see that, if you take the genotype that is the mother is hemophilic and the son and the father is normal, then what will happen? You just do that checkerboard. So you can do also similarly in color blindness, also same types. Means if I represent color blindness by C, so if in 2X chromosome one is affected, other one is normal, and the father also color blind, that is the carrier of color blind, and that is ultimately affected by color blind. So what will occur here? Here the structure, carefully see, if I do the checkerboard, these are male gamete and these are female gamete, then what will occur here? First of all, it will be XC mean, and there will be XY, means the daughter. See the daughter, that is color blind, and see the son, it is normal. Similarly, it is XXC and it will be XY. See the daughter, that is carrier of color blind, and see the son, that is normal. So you can do also taking any other genotype, you can do it. So these are some disease, genetical disease, if the parent is affected or if the parent is carrier. So what will be next generation? What will be the effect in next generation, or what will be the percentage that next generation will be affected? You can do by it. So you can easily identify with the help of it. That is very much important. You can also practice this checkerboard by taking some genotypes. So color blindness and hemophilia, these two are X-linked inheritance. Why X-linked inheritance? Because X chromosome affected by color blindness or by hemophilia. That's why it is X-linked inheritance. And there is also crisscross, means if the mother is carrier, then in next generation the son will be affected. Similarly, if the father is affected, in next generation their daughter will be either affected or in their daughter there will be the disease. So these are some crisscross regarding hemophilia and color blindness. These are very much important. And why it is X-linked? Because it is also connected by X chromosomes, means you can say X chromosomes especially. So these are hemophilia and color blindness cross. Now, what is the effect of color blindness? You know, any person affected by color blindness, they cannot identify the color. If you see them, if they saw the red color or green color, so ultimately they cannot identify what is the actual color. Ultimately, if they see also red, so they will see another color. So that is some effect in their life. So if any person colorblind, that is ultimately genetical disease. Next is thalassemia. You know that thalassemia is very important genetical disease. Nowadays, most of the persons also affected in India also. What will happen in thalassemia? Ultimately, you know, in our blood there is hemoglobin, and the hemoglobin will form in by the RBC. Within the RBC, hemoglobin chain will form, and hemoglobin bind with oxygen to produce oxyhemoglobin. So it helps in our respiration also. Now, if there is some problem, there is some genetical problem in the formation of the chain of hemoglobin, that is thalassemia. To form the chain of hemoglobin, two chains are there. One is alpha chain, other one is beta chain. Just like genetical disease, thalassemia, and also color blindness, these are which kind of disease? These are X-linked inheritance. But thalassemia, that is autosomal recessive. It is occur due to autosomal recessive genes. What will occur? If the alpha chain will not, if there is some problem in the production of alpha chain in the hemoglobin, so there will be which kind of disease? That is alpha hemoglobin, or you can say there is some problem, that is alpha thalassemia. If chromosome number 16, these are autosome, chromosome number 16, there is some genetical mismatch, means if chromosome number 16 in the genes, in the alleles, there is mutation. So in chromosome number 16 there is a problem. That's why alpha thalassemia will occur. Means the alpha polypeptide chain will not form actually. So it is not proper. That's why it is known as alpha thalassemia. Similarly, in beta thalassemia, means in chromosome number 11. In chromosome number 11 means autosomal, as it is autosomal recessive. In chromosome number 11, there are some alleles, there are some genes, and in chromosome number 11, if the beta chain will not form actually, or the beta chain will not produce in proper way, in chromosome number 11, if in the allele or in the genes there is some mutation due to genetic recombination, due to mutation, beta chain will not form. So this kind of disease, that is beta thalassemia. Two types of thalassemia are there. Now what will happen due to thalassemia? You know, if hemoglobin will not produce in our body, hemoglobin in proper ratio, so there will be deficiency of hemoglobin, so oxygen cannot react with that hemoglobin. So as a result, in our body, blood will not produce here. If any person affected by thalassemia, we need to inject, or you have to transfer blood in his or in her body from outside. So that is the condition due to which hemoglobin will not form in their body. As a result, blood will not produce actually. So they have some problem. Which kind of problem? Circulatory problem, breathing problem, respiratory disease oriented problem. As hemoglobin binds with oxygen to produce oxyhemoglobin, so they will feel these kinds of problem. And that's why ultimately what will happen, if it is thalassemia major, then the patient will not survive. So that is some problem, that is some genetical disease. So with the help of genetical counseling, we can easily erase it. How? If any person affected by, or if any person carrier of thalassemia. So if the person will marry another person, she or he is not affected fully, normal. So is there any probability in next generation their daughter or son will be thalassemia patient? So with the help of genetical research, means genetical counseling, we can easily find out it. So it is very much important, due to at that time when any person want to marry anyone. So it is very much important to taste their blood group as well as they taste their thalassemia. Is there any thalassemia carrier genes there? So it is very much important. So that is genetical disease related to hair. Now I will show you another most important things, that is one 10 years questions from genetics. So what are the importance are there, as well as the 10 years question from genetics. I will show you one question. Here it is given. I am also giving you, and also I will send you few questions in PDF. Here in 2018 it is given a pea plant which is homozygous for green pods which are inflated. The genotype given here, capital G, capital G, capital I, capital I, and it is crossed with homozygous plant for yellow pod which is constricted. So the genotype here, it is given small g, small g, small I, small I. So look at the structure. Here they will cross. So actually two pairs of characters are there. So that's why it is dihybrid cross. We know actually what will be the ratio. Now the question is given here, asking that a pea plant which is homozygous for green pods which are inflated. Means capital G means green pods, and capital I it is given inflated. And with the help of small g it is given yellow pod and constricted. So it is yellow pod and constricted. So that is given here. So now the question is, give the phenotype and genotype of F1 generation. You know, if they will cross, what will occur? From 2 capital G, 1 G will come. Here from 2 small g, 1 G will come. Similarly, from 2 capital I, 1 capital I will come, and from 2 small I, 1 small I will come. So that is F1 generation. So you know that is dihybrid cross, that is in F1 generation. Now see, the question is given that give the phenotype and genotype of F1 generation. So what will be the phenotype and what will be the genotype? Look at the structure, capital G, capital I, small I. So it is the genotype. Very easy. So what is the genotype? Capital G, capital I, small I. Now what is the phenotype? Means if you see from outside, so it looks like what? What you know, here capital G is present and small g is present, but as it small g means it is recessive character and capital G means dominant character, so capital G means green. So how it will form? It is green. Similarly, with the help of capital I and small I, only capital I dominate over small I. So here what will be the characteristic features? All plants with pods that are green and inflated. So all plants, these are green and inflated. Why? Because yellow pods and constricted character will suppress here. It will not occur here. So as capital G, capital I is present, so it will dominate that character. So from outside, if you see their phenotype, so there will be these types of structure. So and the genotype is capital G, capital I, small I, and the phenotype, it is green inflated. Okay. Next question is given, what is the phenotypic ratio of F2 generation? You know that is dihybrid cross, two pairs of characters. So the phenotypic ratio will be 9:3:3:1. Last class I have explained about the phenotypic ratio in dihybrid cross and genotypic ratio, that is very complex, you know. So the phenotypic ratio will be 9:3:3:1. Why? As it is F2 generation. So in F2 generation the phenotypic ratio, why it is due to dihybrid cross. Okay, so that is the question. Next is, write the possible combination of the gametes that can be obtained if two F1 hybrid plants are crossed. Means if you cross them, so what will be the structures will produce here? I am writing here. So capital G, small g, capital I, small I, cross capital G, small g, capital I, small I means 2F1 generation. If you cross, what will be their products, you have to find out. Means question is given that write the possible combination of the gametes. Gametes means what will be the possible combination of gametes. You know, from here what are the gametes will come. There are 4 gamete will come, you know. And what are the gametes, you know, I also told you. If you take it, so from here capital G and you just put it down. So capital G, capital I, capital G, small I. So capital G, capital I, capital G, small I. Similarly, take small g and also capital I. So there will be small g, capital I, small g, small I. These are gametes. So what are the gametes will form? The gametes, these are gametes. It will form after F2 generation. So take one genotype here, and I am starting from capital G. You just put it. So after capital G, give space. So capital G, capital I, capital G, small I, capital G, capital I, capital G, small I. Therefore, small g, capital I, small g, small I. So the question is given, what are the possible combination of gametes that can be obtained if two F2 hybrid plants are crossed. So these are the gametes that will form. Next question given, states Mendel's law of segregation of gametes. You know segregation of gametes, just like see the structure here. When capital G, capital I is coming here, only one capital G, means 2 capital G's are there, but only one capital G is coming here. So that is the segregation. The allele will segregate itself and it will transfer to next generation. So, and also it will carry their characteristic features. So that is the law of segregation. Also you know it. And next question is given, what is the scientific name of the plant which Mendel used for his experiment on inheritance? You know, Pisum sativum, that is the scientific name. Also last class I told you. So that is a question from 2018. You try to solve it and also send me. I will help you. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed the class. Welcome. So next class I will discuss about some genetical question from genetics, as well as I will try to start next chapter from animal physiology or maybe from plant physiology. Thank you.